What's going on here? All right. Anyway. Not sure. Got it. All right. What am I doing? One, two. Go here. All right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world today. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Tia Rodgers. And we are here for the Tia Rodgers Channel on time, believe it or not. Great, right? How is your week going so far? You want to give praise and honor to God. Just thanking God for life this morning on this wonderful Wellness Wealth Wednesday. Let us worship and honor God today for giving us another day of life. Just thank you, God. And I guess can't say that enough. It's been a journey. And I appreciate you all for joining in and taking the time, the 30 minutes every morning to tune in and talk about wealth building principles. And getting back on track with your life, getting in tune with yourself. I don't want to waste too much time because we only have 30 minutes. This week, I told you guys we're in review of what information we discussed the last 2 weeks. See, I'm a firm believer that, you got to check yourself first before you decide to make any major decisions in your life. For me, it took me a little while to kind of decide what it was that I wanted to do. And every step you make has to be the best choice that you possibly can make for yourself, right? And a lot of that begins with your self-awareness. And we've gone through all of that last week, but I'm not going to do that this week. Plus, today we have an event. Today from 11 to 2 down at La Unique African American Bookstore and Cultural Center. I hope that you can stop through. We will probably go live in our Winning Life and Winning Business and Love What You Do group today for the presentation that I'm going to bring to you today. Lord willing, may He guide me. It's been an interesting journey. And it's amazing just to be with you all and that you give your time to at least listen. So feel free to like, share, comment. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions as to what it is. Some of you are. So I hope today that I get to answer some of your questions that I've gotten back. But I'm going to do that at 11 o'clock. So I just want to begin by saying, it doesn't matter who you start out thinking you are. It's about striving and thriving and who you are becoming. If you stay where you are, you will wither away. Come forth from where you are, calling out in the name of Jesus. As you reflect and give praises for all the amazing things God has done for your life and the lives of the people around you. I'm here to let you know that what God has for you is so much better than what you may have in store for yourself. From being a young mother, welfare recipient, married, divorced, career woman, and now you can fill in the blank. That is all God. Now, don't get me wrong. God laid the path for you to follow. And you just showed up and did what was required to bring you to this point. The fact that you always had the faith to believe in the promises of God, even during the times in life when you behaved in an ungodly manner, He continues to keep you. What God has for you is for you. if you're willing to do what is required to obtain it. Yes, miracles do happen along the way. However, it takes wisdom to notice them. The times when the paycheck doesn't cover every bit of it, times when you must improvise when the water gets turned off and you're getting gallons of water to heat on the stove to ensure the children are clean and prepared for their day. When the lights are out and you make lunch meat sandwiches just so no one gets hungry. Walking to your job because you need every dime you have to your name. Soon, through your sacrifice, the water and lights are on. You catch up on the bills to where you can breathe a little easier. The economic situation, the inequality, the systematic, problematic isms, ways of the world that can bring about deep, dark moments filled with post-traumatic syndrome for most. Yet every day, somehow, you make it to the next day, the next level, the next door, the next life-changing event that makes you just take a moment or two to stop and give praises in the midst of all the storms that can come in life. And thank God for the fact that you are still here, standing and doing what can be done within your power. To believe in what you can not see can be challenging. But with God, somehow you continue to make every stride and moving yourself forward. This isn't by accident. Every step and action are done with intention. When you are around people, places, and things, but you just don't quite fit. No, it's a reason you don't fit. Because you have a greater call. You will not fit until you have achieved and or arrived into the purpose that is much greater than yourself. And it's beneficial to others as well. So as you move forward, feel the fear, make the mistakes, correct and accept correction, and rest when it comes. Be creative. Stay motivated. Because it takes 21 days to build a habit and 90 days to begin building a lifestyle. At 730 days, you're doing all right. Keep going as you come so far to turn back now. Shed your tears of things visage in your life and be grateful for the experience of them. As without them, you would not have become the woman, the man, the individual, the person you are on your way to becoming. Do not fret that no one is with you now, as God made all things, and all things have a time, a season, and a reason. When God created Adam, he also created Eve, and have given you the same tools to live by in the garden, even when the garden may be in a disarray. Keep the faith that all things happen for your good, and that you are preparing for the day when you too will be placed in the position that is divinely designed just for you. God is truly amazing, and in his presence, fellowship, love, joy, peace will be seen in you as you continue to obey, work, cultivate, and be as God intended you to be. Once your mindset change, everything on the outside will change along with it. Shatter the norm, activate the miracle in you. Do you see you in others? Oftentimes, many times we do. The same things that we may admire in someone else or think that is some kind of something in someone else, that we have it in us too. We just have to tap the power. And how do we begin that? And we talked about the spirituality, connecting, building your relationship with God, but most importantly, the mindset. What do you think of yourself? How do you feel about yourself? What is the experiences that you bring with you? What is it that you're doing to help people in the world? Because we're all helping in some sort of kind of capacity. I wrote a post last night after a training we had on compassion fatigue and compassion fatigue and burnout. So there's a few things about compassion and burnout. So I wanted to look up the difference of it, right? Because I wanted to explore it a little bit more. Because if you're talking about lending a hand up to someone, that means that whoever is lifting their hand out, they have to make sure that they're grounded, that your both feet are on the ground, that you're secure enough to be able to pull this person up to get them to the next level, right? Or bring them to whatever level ground it is, right? It requires a lot sometimes. So you have to make sure that you're doing your reps and doing your work, your mental workouts to make sure that you're on the right path in alignment with the goals that you want. What type of lifestyle do you want to live? Do you want to have personal time freedom, time freedom, financial freedom to live the life that you desire to live? And it doesn't happen overnight. It does take some time to build it, because we're talking about wealth building principles. And you are your greatest asset. I can't tell you enough how much you are your greatest asset. You have something inside of you. Your fingerprints, your experiences, who you are as an individual brings so much essence to the world. Are you hiding it? And we can hide it underneath a lot of different things. We talked about resources, right? And we know that humans are a resource. Humans are a part of the economic marketing system. I almost forgot what I was talking about. That crazy. Anyway, oh Lord, bear with me here, ladies and gentlemen. I've been running for a long time, and I think I shared with you guys how I would say that I worked through burnout and just keep on going. And then that's why this training last night really stood out, because I'm like, do I really know the difference? So I'm pumped. I'm investigating this, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to share it with you as I'm doing my own self-assessment and doing my own self-care, as well as I'm navigating through life channels and beginning to step into a new everything in my life just feels so, it's new, it's different. It's not a place I haven't been before. Well, maybe in some senses, it's a space I haven't been in before. But nonetheless, transformation, transition something's going on. And not only it's going on the inside, and it's going on the outside. So sometimes you gotta check the inner man to be okay on the outer man, so to speak. Anybody with me? Did I lose anybody? Do you understand? Let me know that you feel me on that, right? So, okay. So the difference between compassion fatigue and burnout is their origin. So more specifically, compassion fatigue originates from dealing with victims of trauma, and burnout originates from occupational stress and being overworked. So now we got that under control, right? So we know we can know the difference between the two. And when you are a service provider, you're in healthcare, you're in childcare, you're in family services, counseling, case management, whatever it may be, you are caring. You're dealing with people that have real life experiences. And depending upon the amount of years that you're in it, you're liable to see a lot and go through a lot. Anybody relate to crying over a patient or a client because you just want so much for them, and you carry it home, you find yourself thinking about it, so much so that you're home preparing something for the next time when you meet up with them again or see them again, to give them that lift, give them that ounce of motivation, give them just that word, or even stop and say a prayer. Whatever your methodology is. But a lot of times as servers, we fail to not think about ourselves. And we say, oh, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna take some time, go get my nails done, get my hair done, or take a vacation, just do some me time, vacation, staycation, whatever it works. But then you really don't allow yourself to process it all, or to be able to cleanse yourself of it, so that when you go back, that you are coming back a clean slate and refreshed and not impeded by it, right? So there's 3 stages of compassion fatigue. Okay. And I know some of y'all good workers. And I know that you guys care so much about what it is that you're doing. Your whole heart is in it. And you really truly are making a difference, and we appreciate you for the work that you do, because nobody can do what you do. Not even sometimes in the field is there someone that really will go like an extra mile or do something outside of their spectrum to ensure that everything is taken care of and that person is feeling adequately tended to and or cared for as far as their needs. So the 3 stages of compassion fatigue are emotional exhaustion, leaving emotional resources depleted by intense needs of clients, customers, peers, family, workplace, and or managers, supervisors. Then there's the reduction in sense of accomplishment. Feelings inadequate when your clients, customers, patients. I'm saying all these things because I don't want it just to stick to just particularly clients, because you got to look at it. We're looking at every aspect and every area of our lives, right? Because traumatic things do happen to us too. We have lives. Although we serve, we have lives too, and we can go through some things just like anyone else. We're not exempt. Reduction in sense of accomplishment, feelings of inadequacy when your clients don't respond to efforts to help. Depersonalization, So that's the emotional detachment from the clients and your coworkers and the people that you're around and you love. So there's a few things around that those are some of the 3 stages. Are you suffering from any of those? Or are you challenged with any of those? And how long have you had that problem? Sorry, guys. I just had to say that. Got to make light of some of this. You know what I mean? Because as a giver, as a service provider, if that is the career that you really definitely chose, and it's something inside of you that says that you want to give your best, you want to show up every day, your best you. Even if you are going through something, you still want to show up as your best you and you want to give your best. It takes a toll. We ignore the signs. We say, oh, okay, but we're just a little tired, we'll eat or we'll lay down or whatever. Sometimes we have to go into the doctors and get a physical to make sure that everything, all systems to go, check all your white blood cells, red blood cells, check your levels, cholesterol. Make sure the blood works good, kidneys is working fine, all that good stuff. Sometimes you need to get a brain scan. Sometimes you have to sit down and talk to somebody. Whatever it may take, because it's all about wellness. Wealth and wellness go together. They're not separate. You have to take care of you just as much as you take care of others. And being a parent, we wear so many hats and we're doing so much and we're doing it with excellence. Some of us have some challenges, but for the most part, even in the challenges, we're still doing it with excellence. We're showing up, we're present, we got smiles on our face, we're being our best self when we show up. How much of that begins to wear on us? Showing up, being present, constantly giving. You have to find ways to set boundaries. Then there you got to look at the occupational stress. What line of occupation do you have? Is it stressful? What are those stressors? And how do you, throughout your day, begin to take some time to work through them? To be like, ooh, Sam. It may be a walk. It may be sitting and listening to a 10-minute meditation. Might be even taking a course. Refocus your brain totally somewhere else, all over the place, somewhere totally different, right? Give you some rejuvenation, give you a boost, a natural energy boost. Because when you stimulate the mind and you get it to start thinking in other ways, not in the ways that's bringing you down, but in more positive ways, having more positive thoughts. That's why a lot of times when they do visual meditation, I'll ask you to think of a calm place that is pleasing to you. What's your favorite calm place? Is it the ocean? Is it sitting in the park, hearing birds? Is it hearing rainfall? All those things they have a soothing effect, guys. I don't know. Am I the only one that experiences it? Let me know. Drop it down in the comments. Let me know if that is if you're experiencing that too, because I find that listen, going to the water is the best reliever sometimes of just letting it all go. Because life is going to happen. But what you do in the midst of life happening is what makes the difference. Everything is temporary in life. So what the situation is currently, it's all temporary. It's not as bad as you think. And you can move yourself forward. But you have to ask yourself, what can I do to move myself forward and get beyond this stressful or heavy, whatever the fatigueness, the tiredness, just carrying it. What can you do to move yourself from that feeling? to where it's not impacting you, because stress, worry, fear, doubt, all that stuff is not of God. God doesn't want us to worry, because he tells us in his word that he created everything. He's already prepared it for you. He's waiting for you to show up and come and get it. But many of us won't. We'll let our limiting beliefs hold us back and tell us this is all that I can handle right here. I can't get beyond this point because I got this and I got that. You can name it whatever you want. You can name it whatever you want. But then you sit back and you wonder, wow, my life could be different. Wow, this is what I want, or I would like to do this. Are you putting things into place so that you can be able to do those things? Especially as a young person. Hey, at 25, hey, the world is yours. Like, I would love to go back. Well, at 25, I was already a mother of two. So my story is a little bit different. I had to grind and hustle and do what I needed to do for these kids. And I don't regret not one part of it. I grew through everything. But it goes right back to mindset. When you're faced with challenges, even with something just as simple as becoming a parent. Some of us parent together, some of us parent, we co-parent together, and some of us parent alone. I think I said that right. I said that kind of fast. So let me say, some of us parent together. Some of us parent through co-parenting, and some of us parent alone. Okay, yeah, that sounds so better. Okay, now that makes sense in my head. And here's the trick to that. First of all, we got to respect ourselves and respect the other person, no matter what went on. Because grown folks do what grown folks do, but the kids ain't got nothing to do with what the grown folks do. We still got to be able to maintain and act accordingly, because we want the best for them. And when we don't, our children suffer from that. And guess what? Our poor response and communications and behaviors eventually impact our children's lives. And then they struggle with that as they're growing. And it's not that it's not a struggle, even if you can do it all together, because the growth and development process is constant evolving. We're changing over time. It's just like the gestation of when the egg and the ovum and the sperm cell comes together. It's a combustion of cells. All these chemical things going on. Our body is doing things constantly. And then on top of that, in this realm that we live in the world, on this earth, we are required to go and do certain things. And if you're doing them constantly, so much so to the point where it's like, oh no, I have to do this. You can't take a day off. You can't work towards your dream because you got XYZ going on. Why can't you? You're a multifaceted being. God created you. He gave you special gifts. You look at the time in your day and how much you spend doing whatever. Just map it out. What you do every hour of the day, what time of the day, just map it out at what times or what it is that you're doing. How long are you doing it? And what's the outcome of you doing that? And then when you decide to go into higher learning, you still have those same responsibilities, but you're making space. Somehow you're allowing time to go and obtain whatever it is that you need to obtain so that you can earn that degree or the degree and move yourself forward, or at least gain some more knowledge and wisdom about life, right? Because that's all, to me, that's what college was about. It just broadened my horizon about like the world. I was so curious about how I could help different people because of where I grew up and how I grew up. I just wanted to help people. My parents helped people. Help people have, I don't know, God works it out some kind of way. We're all useful. There's always something to do. You're never bored. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to be a good listener. That's all it requires. But I want you guys to pay attention to how you're moving. Listen to your body. If you get a pain, an ache, or whatever, slow down. Ask your body, what is, I feel you. What's going on here? Tell me what I need to do. You know what I mean? So that you can move forward in your life, taking care of you and preparing for the future you while you're building your wealth, because your health is wealth, ladies and gentlemen, whether you want to believe it or not. All the money in the world is not going to get us another you. Nothing. I mean, even if they try to clone you, it won't be you. So this morning, my message is take care of you, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention to the signs. If you're having, like, if you are a server and you're serving the public in whatever capacity it is, it doesn't even matter, because every day we come across people, and there's no way that you don't come across people unless you just stay in the house, and don't go outside. But every day you're going to interact with someone. You may listen to someone's story. You may offer advice to someone. You may have a resource for someone else that can benefit them. We're all connected by one person, and the world's very small. Even though it's very large and vast, it really is very small, and it doesn't matter which part of the world you live in. We all experience life because we got to live it. So go out here today and continue living. Go on and continue lifing. That's what I'm going to call it. Lifing. We are lifing, right? We're lifing. We're looking at our lives. We're looking at what we want to improve and make better, get better at. We want to build our wealth. And what areas do we want to build our wealth? What are the components of wealth? But your health is the first part, because without you, none of it's possible. So remember, you are a winner from the time you were conceived in your mother's womb. And you are born with all that you need to make your life a success. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, happy, wonderful Wellness Wealth Wednesday. Go out there and be awesome, guys. Don't forget to join us this evening and gain financial literacy and Winning Life group. Me and Daniela Scarlett are going to be coming to you this evening. So if you're a member of that group, make sure if you get an opportunity today throughout your day, stop down, come through at La Unique African American Bookstore and Cultural Center. We'll be at 111 North 6th Street, Camden, New Jersey, from 11 to 2 p.m. today, talking about wealth building, talking about financial literacy and more. So come on out. And if we don't see you out, join us in the private Facebook group, Winning Life, Winning Business, and Love What You Do. We'll have a little lunch and learn session for maybe about an hour, maybe 2 hours and a half. I don't know. We have a 3-hour span, but I don't want to hold you too long. I just want to kind of give you some nuggets to hold on to, get you through the day, maybe make you laugh, and encourage you to believe in you, because I believe in you. You have full potential, greatness. I tell you, Les Brown told us many years ago. I listened to all of that, Real Success, success.com, and whenever I get to hear him speak, he says there's greatness in you. I believed him. Do you guys believe him? Well, come on out and join us. Go out and have a wonderful, blessed day. I kept you 4 minutes over, and I didn't want to do that. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful, blessed, amazing Wednesday. And we're going to wrap this week up. Don't forget to go back and review, and make sure that you are journaling, guys, and doing the exercise steps, because that's going to help you immensely. I can't say it enough that it's going to help you immensely as you are building your wealth and moving towards your goals. So we're going to say goodbye.